जैव विविधता संरक्षण विषय वस्तु पर आधारित है। झांकी में चीता परियोजना और राष्ट्रीय पक्षी मोर को भी नृत्य करते हुए दिखाया गया है। पूरी तरीके से प्राकृतिक फूलों से सजी धजी ये झांकी कर्तव्य पथ पर अग्रसर।
जब मन में रखेगा जीवों के लिए सम्मान,
Entirely crafted with vibrant colored natural flowers, the tableau from CPWD moving towards India Gate, followed by the tableau based on the theme Shakti or women power, celebrating the divine feminine who resides in and empowers all living beings. The tableau has manifestations of her as Shakti or power, as Buddhi or intellect, and as Lakshmi or prosperity. All these forms of Matri, creating, maintaining, destroying, and recreating the entire universe as per Indian traditions. Shakti Rupena Sansthita. मैं सर्वगुण संपन्न नारी शक्ति हूँ, स्वयं सिद्धा सौम्या हूँ, स्थिरा हूँ, धवलधानी धैर्यधारी मैं धरा हूँ।
यत्र नार्यस्तु पूज्यन्ते रमन्ते तत्र देवताः, यत्रैतास्तु न पूज्यन्ते
डायनी हूँ, तोड़ती जंजीर हूँ मैं, वेग शिप्रा चंचला हूँ, नीर हूँ मैं। मुझको क्षितिज के पार हूं मैं। कहो रुद्राणी मगर अनुराग हूँ मैं, एक चिंगारी लपट हूँ, आग हूँ मैं।
Vande Bharatam Nari Shakti. A presentation by the Ministry of Defence and the Ministry of Culture. Classical, folk and contemporary fusion dance all coming together, depicting the power of women through 5 elements of earth, water, air, space and fire. As we reach the end of the Republic Day parade, the audience now all pumped up for the grand finale, and we're hoping that we will have the flypast as well as the daredevils from the chorus signals on their motorcycles, depicting their acrobatic skills and their aerobatic skills. The excitement is palpable. Captain Ashish Rane saluting smartly on top of his 10.5 feet ladder. Precision to the split of a second that has all of us watching mesmerized by the kind of stunts that they will perform. Jimmy formation showcasing swift and secure trade to the core of signals being performed by Lance Naik Desai Ajit.
कर्तव्य पथ पर कर्तव्य परायणता और संतुलन का अनोखा संयोजन, मन और शरीर के सामंजस्य का संयोजन, संयोग को प्रदर्शित करता योग प्रदर्शन डेयर डेविल्स के द्वारा। एनके स्वप्निले को मोटरसाइकिल पर सूर्य नमस्कार करते हुए देखा जा सकता है। टीम ने एक मोटरसाइकिल पर 50 योग मुद्राओं का विश्व रिकॉर्ड भी मुकम्मल किया है और उनमें से कुछ
hours of practice and precision. In a series of communication forwarded as the Signals Rath, which depends on the zeal and enthusiasm of dedicated soldiers, this event being performed by Naik R.S. Shekhawat, Signalman S.S. Meera with 4 other daredevils.
12 डेयर डेविल्स के साथ कुछ ही क्षणों के पश्चात सलामी मंच के सामने हवलदार गामित परेश और हवलदार प्रमोद पाटिल साहसिक अभिमन्यु फॉर्मेशन में, जिसके शीर्ष पर सिग्नल कोर का झंडा हमने लहराते हुए देखा। इनके रंग वीरता और शौर्य के प्रतीक, युवाओं में उत्साह और साहस का संचार होता। और अब इन्फो वॉरियर्स,
The pride of the Corps of Signals, the Info Warriors, performed by Havaldar Anil Kumar with 9 daredevils. And we move on to the pride of the Corps of Signals, performed by Naik Jayakumar, Info Warriors, cluster of birds flying, that scenery of courage and fearlessness, ready to die for the country when the need arises. Havaldar Durgesh Kumar and Havaldar S.K. Jain are going forward, and you've got the Lotus formation now with 10 daredevils on a single motorcycle, making that captivating formation. Havaldar D.K. Behra, followed by Vice Captain Lieutenant Dimple Singh Bhatti, saluting smartly, standing on the seat of the motorcycle, leading the pyramid that follows.
रोमांच की पराकाष्ठा, कर्तव्य पथ पर अंतिम लेकिन बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण फॉर्मेशन, करतल ध्वनि से अभिनंदन। पिरामिड, एक मोटरसाइकिल पर 33 डेयर डेविल्स ह्यूमन पिरामिड बनाते हुए फॉर्मेशन का नेतृत्व सूबेदार प्रताप सिंह कर रहे हैं।
As difficult as it is to see them do these stunts, we must warn our viewers not to attempt any of them on our roads. Please remember that these daredevils have been specially trained to do these maneuvers.
Our daredevils, devilishly daring indeed, breathtaking formations, perfect balance, and really absolutely focused, seemingly effortless, but what practice goes into this. As we could see, the wind factor has definitely picked up, and here we have a wish in our hearts and a prayer on our lips that the cloudy day would clear up a little. We are really looking forward to the fly past, because after gravity-defying feats on the ground, we now await the grand finale of the Republic Day Parade. The Indian Air Force will present a breathtaking fly past. Precision at tremendous speeds will be on display today, and we will witness some thundering aerobatics done with professional precision.
अब परेड का सबसे रोमांचक पड़ाव आ चुका है। जांबाज जिनके करतब अभी हमने कर्तव्य पथ पर देखे, अब निगाहें आकाश की ओर। यहां से वायुसेना का फ्लाई पास्ट शुरू हो रहा है।
The fly past, which will have 50 aircraft participating, with the Rafale, the Sukhois, MiG-29s, the Jaguars, the Sarangs, and other helicopters.
And here we can see our cameras have caught the Prachand formation coming over the dome of Rashtrapati Bhavan and now moving towards the saluting base at Kartavya Path. 1 LCH, light combat helicopter in the lead, 2 Apache helicopters and 2 advanced light helicopters, Mark IV aircraft in echelon. The 5 aircraft Arrowhead formation, led by Group Captain Deepak Bishnoi. These are visual shots taken from the air, from the aircraft, giving you great perspective. And the next formation behind them from the direction of Rashtrapati Bhavan.
तिरंगा फॉर्मेशन, जिसमें 5 सारंग ALH लेडर फॉर्मेशन में यहां तिरंगा लहराने को तैयार, 150 किलोमीटर की रफ्तार से। कोहरे में आज की ये सुबह लिपटी हुई, लेकिन सुबह के मुकाबले रोशनी थोड़ी बेहतर होती हुई और निगाहें सभी की आकाश की ओर।
Coloring the sky with the national colors. Nothing can dampen or cloud this spirit. Very soon, the next formation Tiranga.
पांच सारंग एडवांस लाइट हेलीकॉप्टर 150 किलोमीटर की रफ्तार से सलामी मंच के ऊपर से गुजरेंगे.
So just to give you a perspective, historically flypasts have a special affinity with parades and form their aerial component, and the flypasts here at the Republic Day Parade have a way of imprinting themselves on the nation's memory. It's the form of an aerial salute. They show respect, display aircraft, and showcase flying skills as a form of entertainment to delight the public, and an expectant public waiting to be delighted. Expectant cameramen waiting to catch these birds in the air. The diffused glow of a chilly January morning, witnessing along with all present here the reaffirmation of our national identity, a nation on the move. Men, women, people, culture, creativity, all on the move. And here, the Indian Air Force wanting to redefine the sky space of movement. It's not an easy day to fly, particularly for a fly past, and all acrobatics or aerobatics are, of course, very, very challenging on days like this, but that's what national pride is all about. Rising to the challenge, and that's what our men and women in uniform are all about.
फ्लाई पास्ट के हिसाब से मौसम काफी कठिन, कोहरा काफी ज्यादा है.
So expectation, of course, writ large on faces as heads invariably at a slight sound turn skywards and the gaze searches for that glimmer of silver, a message which we would be wanting to send out to the future, that we see you. There's the crowd applauding. And we can see a part of the fly past going past. A deep desire in all the pilots not to disappoint. So notwithstanding the weather, they are trying to show aircraft in the air.
मौसम काफी खराब होने के बावजूद, विजिबिलिटी बहुत कम है, उसके बावजूद वायुसेना के विमान सलामी मंच के ऊपर से गुजर रहे हैं. नेत्र फॉर्मेशन. एयरबॉर्न अर्ली वार्निंग एंड कंट्रोल विमान AEWNC 4 रफाल एरो फॉर्मेशन में 415 किलोमीटर की रफ्तार के साथ.
That was the Netra formation, comprising 1 airborne early warning and control aircraft with 4 Rafale aircraft in echelon, going past the saluting base. The Indian Air Force traditionally has been presenting the fly past on all Republic Days, and here we have the next formation, the beam formation, comprising one C-17 aircraft and two Sukhoi 30 aircraft in echelon, streaming fuel and flying past over the National War Memorial. Led by Group Captain A.K. Patnaik, speed of 555 kilometers per hour.
फ्लाई पास्ट के लिए ये सभी विमान देश के अलग अलग एयरबेस से उड़ान भरकर यहाँ आते हैं और उसके बाद सलामी मंच के ऊपर से गुजरते हैं।
In the words of a pilot, when you're up in the sky, the thunder becomes felt in the heart, not in the head. And it is, of course, through flypasts that ceremonial and national pride also imprint themselves on a nation's memory.
उत्सुकता और प्रतीक्षा, सबकी निगाहें आकाश में।
For any national celebration to have true meaning, its reasons need to be lived collectively.
अमृत फॉर्मेशन, जिसमें 6 जैगुआर 750 किलोमीटर की रफ्तार से उड़ते हुए ग्रुप कैप्टन एनपी वर्मा की कमान में।
This is the Trishul formation. 3 Sukhoi 30 Mark I aircraft pulling outwards for the Trishul formation.
ग्रुप कैप्टन ए धनखड़, जो त्रिशूल फॉर्मेशन के साथ थे, विक फॉर्मेशन में यहां से उड़ान भरते हुए गए सलामी मंच के ऊपर से। 750 किलोमीटर की रफ्तार।
In fact, today is a day when the nation and all its symbolic representations take center stage, and the national flag flutters proudly in many more spaces, including in our hearts.
गूंजता हुआ आकाश, रफाल 900 किलोमीटर की रफ्तार से उड़ते हुए।
The Vijay formation, Group Captain R. Kartavya just went past the saluting base. The thunder can, of course, be felt over here. One of the sounds we've all been waiting for. But, of course, the fog has dampened the fly past a little. Not our spirits, just some maneuvers.
Display of power, governance and eradication, that the nation is safe and giving us all a feeling of reassurance. A stunning and spellbinding
खराब मौसम के बावजूद वायुसेना के विमानों का यहाँ शानदार फ्लाई पास्ट और जनता में उत्साह।
I think that's the most beautiful part of National Day celebrations. The coming together of all of us over here, that by itself is spirit elevating. Republic Day celebrations are often also reflective in nature. Today we not only pay homage to soldiers who exhibited acts of bravery, many of them singularly daring and way beyond what was thought possible, but we also recognize that times are changing. That context, science, techniques and art of war are also changing. with the nature of threats to national security changing, the handling of these need to change too. And today our armed forces have shown us not only armed power, but also very, very well-trained manpower, valor and daring. Today, as much as in physical acts is required in courageous decision-making too in times of crisis. And today, as the President's bodyguard come to escort the Chief Commander of the Armed Forces back to her residence, we reaffirm our confidence in our armed forces as they exhibit their focus on maintaining the quality of their rank and file, equipment and technology to remain positioned and prepared to deal with any situation existing or emerging.
राष्ट्रपति अंगरक्षक सलामी मंच के सामने अपना स्थान लेते हुए
The Commandant's President's bodyguard will shortly give the word of command for the national salute. All ladies and gentlemen are
The national
requested to
anthem
rise
now.
for the national anthem of India.
राष्ट्रपति अंगरक्षक सलामी देंगे राष्ट्रीय सल्यूट मध्य तक
Proud moment for President Draupadi Murmu. This is her first Republic Day as President and Chief of the Armed Forces, the Supreme Commander.
We were indeed honored to have in our midst
The VIP carcades have started arriving, and first the President of India will be seen off by the Prime Minister and the Defence Minister. Days like today offering us possibilities to step out of our routine lives and touch this wondrous fusion of mind, heart and spirit that define our nationhood. Our chief guest, along with our president, depart from the saluting base. In fact, a question that often comes up in today's world of quick turnaround times and tasks is that what is the role of traditional ceremonies and protocol? Well, history, tradition, ceremonial protocol all have a way of giving context, of anchoring the present in a stability that has weathered many storms. Institutions need to be nurtured organically. They go beyond the individual, and that's the reason tenures and terms are linked to people, not institutions. A healthy democracy resting on transitions of people, parties and power. The Defence Minister, Shri Rajnath Singh, seeing off the dignitaries.
माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी और हमारे मेहमान मिस्र के महामहिम राष्ट्रपति प्रस्थान कर रहे हैं अब कर्तव्य पथ से। भव्य गणतंत्र दिवस समारोह यादगार बनता हुआ गणतंत्र का उत्सव अपने सबसे निखरे हुए रूप में देश और दुनिया के सामने है। भारतवासी गर्व करें ऐसा शानदार समारोह। विदेशी मेहमान प्रफुल्लित, अपार गौरव और प्रेरणा के अनेक पल भावनाओं की एक एल्बम सी बन गई है। माननीय राष्ट्रपति प्रस्थान कर रही हैं। हमने आजादी के 75 वर्ष पूरे किए हैं। इसे हम आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के रूप में मना रहे हैं। दुनिया में भारत की आवाज अब ध्यान से सुनी जाती है और मानी भी जाती है। घुड़सवार अंगरक्षकों के साथ राष्ट्रपति जी का काफिला राष्ट्रपति भवन की ओर।
So though the parade concludes at Rajpath in the capital today, the celebrations do not end, and we as Indians have much to celebrate. A republic where the constitution is the guiding spirit, a diversity that helps us understand differences with sensitivity, a young population that could be an economic boon, and of course a unity that bridges differences and challenges divisive forces. After the President's departure, we now await the departure of the Vice President of India.
भारत की राष्ट्रपति माननीय श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू और 74वें गणतंत्र दिवस के मुख्य अतिथि मिस्र के राष्ट्रपति महामहिम अब्दुल फतेह अल सीसी समारोह पूर्वक प्रस्थान कर चुके हैं। कर्तव्य पथ के ऊपर रायसीना पहाड़ी की ओर अग्रसर होता हुआ ये काफिला इस वर्ष की गणतंत्र दिवस परेड कई मायनों में खास रही है, यादगार रही है। विशेष आमंत्रित अतिथियों के अलावा समाज के अलग अलग वर्गों से आने वाले सामान्य नागरिक भी इसमें शामिल रहे। विशेष तौर पे वे श्रमयोगी जिन्होंने पुनर्विकसित कर्तव्य पथ को उसका वर्तमान स्वरूप प्रदान करने में अहम भूमिका निभाई। देश के उपराष्ट्रपति श्री जगदीप धनखड़ और श्रीमती सुदेश धनखड़ रवाना हो रहे हैं कर्तव्य पथ से। सही अर्थों में श्रमयोगियों की कर्तव्य पथ पर उपस्थिति राष्ट्र निर्माण के उत्सव में जन भागीदारी की मिसाल के तौर पर इसे देखा जा सकता है। सबका साथ, सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास, यही है आज के नए भारत की नई अनुभूति, नया उद्घोष।
India's Republic Day celebrations are an occasion to rejoice in the rituals of democracy, whose norms are finally laid out in the Constitution. For many Indians at home and abroad who take pride in their Constitution, the recognition of their country as the world's largest democracy, it is yet another opportunity to fly the tricolour at home and take pride in all things Indian. The Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, acknowledging the greetings of the people who are assembled here as he moves forward, greeting them on the 74th Republic Day parade. You've got a vast number of people who've been invited here as special guests, first time being included in the largest spectacle, and some of them, as was mentioned before, are the Shram Yogis, the ones who have worked to show us what the vista looks like today. They're still continuing their work with the ongoing construction of the new parliament, the enclaves, the executive enclaves of the Vice President and the Prime Minister's office and residence, and other important buildings of the power corridor, as it were, of the nation. The pride and elan of the parade over these years is impossible to forget. The discipline, the turnout, the military bearing of the personnel participating in the parade all add to the collective spirit of national pride. And the freeze and fog of the January mornings in Delhi notwithstanding, the show goes on, and the Prime Minister here very enthusiastically greeting and acknowledging the contribution of all these Shram Yogis who are here. Street vendors, milk vendors, people who are all helping us in making alive and contributing to the nation.
Contact, connect and communicate. The mantra of governance, Prime Minister Narendra Modi reaching out, waving out in more ways than one to all present here. What an exciting moment for all of them to see their Prime Minister so close up. And today, as we participate in this festival of progress and prosperity, days like today remind us that we are not just individuals, but a part of a larger collective, a whole, that is definitely greater than just the sum of its parts. People, cornerstone of organic renewal. The Prime Minister recognizing this, acknowledging this, and greeting the people on the 74th Republic Day celebrations.
प्रधानमंत्री कर्तव्य पथ के दोनों ओर जो दीर्घाएं हैं, वहां जाकर उन्होंने मौजूद दर्शकों का अभिवादन स्वीकार किया। और इस यादगार गणतंत्र दिवस समारोह को और भी यादगार बना रहे हैं उन सभी लोगों के लिए जो यहाँ आए और प्रधानमंत्री को इतने नजदीक से वो देख रहे हैं।
हर एक व्यक्ति कह रहा है, मैं गंगा की श्वास हूं, मैं ब्रह्म।
जैसा हम सब जानते हैं, पिछले 3 वर्षों से दुनिया कोविड महामारी से जूझ रही है। पिछले वर्ष के मुकाबले इस बार हालात अब बेहतर हैं और जिस तरह की लड़ाई भारत ने कोविड के खिलाफ लड़ी है, उसका उदाहरण दुनिया भर में दिया जाता है। हमने दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा टीकाकरण अभियान चलाकर 220 करोड़ से भी ज्यादा खुराकें दी हैं और इस समय जब हम बात करें इस समारोह को मनाने की, तो बिना कोविड प्रतिबंधों के हमने अपना ये उत्सव आज मनाया है।
In the recent past, despite the pandemic years, the country has witnessed resurgence in all sectors with the launch of numerous schemes by the government to highlight ease of living, ease of business and digitalization towards a holistic growth of the country. The Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, still acknowledging the greetings and cheers of the people here who still want to reach out and convey to him their pride and happiness in celebrating this magnificent parade.
At this moment of celebration, it would be nice to remember that on this cloudy 26th of January, we began the celebrations with paying homage to the Amar Jawan. And even right now, as we are celebrating here in the capital, our men and women in uniform stand guard, keeping a watchful eye, protecting our land over ice-capped mountains and snowy slopes and dusty dunes that seem to go on endlessly, vigilant, strong and capable, so that we may carry on with our lives like we are doing right now. It must be a very emotional moment for the Prime Minister to see the public responding to him with such joy. Celebration writ large in every movement of his.
तस्वीरों को देखते हुए मौसम और कोहरे का हम अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं। दूर देखते हैं तो वहां विजिबिलिटी काफी कम,
अभी आप देख रहे हैं देवी और सज्जनों,
लेकिन फिर भी आज जिस शानदार गणतंत्र उत्सव के हम सब गवाह बने, वो हम सबको याद रहेगा, हमारी यादों में बसा रहेगा। प्रधानमंत्री प्रस्थान कर रहे हैं कर्तव्य पथ से। गणतंत्र दिवस के सफल आयोजन के बाद, इस समारोह के बाद सीधे सपाट रास्तों में मोड़, कभी कभी बदलाव की धुरी बन जाते हैं। देश और व्यक्ति की यात्रा में सही मार्ग का चयन भविष्य तय कर देता है। हमें गर्व है कि हमने वक्त की उंगली को थामा है। अब विकास पथ ही कर्तव्य पथ है। गणतंत्र दिवस की अनेक शुभकामनाएं। जय हिंद।